What's up, everybody? It has been a while since I've done a home improvement video. This is my basement window, and as you can see, it does need to be replaced. I thought this would be a great opportunity to show you how I'm going to do that. But like always, DIY projects don't always go as smoothly as you think they will. So let's check it out. I've done this before, so I felt confident enough to go and buy everything I needed beforehand, including the window. To measure for the proper window size, make sure that you have 1/4 of an inch all the way around. That's going to make it easy to get your window in and add insulation and everything else. Now this window looks like it's encased by 2x4s, and in the past that's how it was, but that is not really the case here. This is a little deceiving. So taking this thing apart was pretty easy, and I thought I had the right window, and here I am checking the fit, and I wish I didn't do that because now I can't return that window because that's not going to be the right size. Now removing everything here is a pretty simple process. Just don't be too rough, and don't make any mistakes by hitting the wrong things, and you should be fine. This wood was also pretty far gone, so it kind of was falling apart as I was pulling it. Now at this point I already suspected there might be some trouble because that 2x4 in the bottom there was not the full width, which would be 3.5 inches. It looked more like about 1.5 inches. So right away I'm like, this might not go as smoothly as I thought. Once I removed this side piece here, I knew I was going to be making another trip to my big box store because the concrete was molded into what I thought was a full piece of 2x4. You'll get a better look at this in just a second. Now I'm going to have to remeasure everything and see what new size window I'm going to need to buy. And at this point I'm pretty upset because I have a perfectly good window that now I can't return because it's been removed from its packaging. But I guess you learn from your mistakes. So here it is. It looks like they built the framing to be somewhat of a mold, so that when the concrete was poured, it would kind of come in and fill the void. And so now I'm going to have to work around that. I think this is why people hate doing DIY projects, because you start getting involved in something and then it turns into something else. And if you don't have the right tools, now you're in a situation where you have a window, or actually you don't have a window and you don't have any way of closing it up. And then you have to call somebody and you're going to have to wait 2 weeks. So I totally understand where the fears come from. But luckily I do have my share of tools, so this is not going to be too much of a problem for me. And if you are going to tackle something like this, just make sure you're well equipped to handle, things that are unexpected. So I am actually building the frame out here, and I did have to narrow the left and right pieces of wood so that it would fit into the existing slots that you see me sliding it into right now. I did make another trip to the big box store, and I had to purchase a new window, and here it is, and I'm testing the fit, and luckily everything fits just fine. So now we can keep going forward here. I'm just clamping this into position here temporarily so I can put these screws in, which is just a temporary hold until I fasten these permanently later on. If you're watching this video and you're a little hesitant to get into it because you're worried you might find something that you're not ready for, all I can tell you is that working on basements is probably the best place to learn how to do things, especially if you're not comfortable, because who's really going to see a window like this that is not perfectly installed? So long as water is not getting in, it's going to be okay. So if you want to learn, this is probably the best place to do it. I'm basically rebuilding this frame in a way that's very similar to the way it was originally built. I want to shim this thing first because I want this base plate to be as level as possible. That way I don't have to worry about leveling off the window. I could just sit it on there and install it. Rather than use a caulk sealant on this base plate, I am actually using construction adhesive because it will do the same thing and it will also help bond the wood to the concrete. To permanently fasten this frame, I am using concrete screws. I am drilling a bit of a recess because I don't want the head of the screw to interfere with the window installation. And then drill a hole using the proper sized masonry bit. Usually these screws have some indication on the packaging of what size bit you should be using. The last thing you need to do before you put in your window is to install some window flashing. This is basically like a black tape that's almost like a tar, and it's just another layer of protection to prevent water from getting in your house. This particular window has a cap on the top of it which can be removed. That cap is meant to seal any space between the top of the window and that top portion of the window frame. With a little caulking, you could just like put it in there and then you press it up and it will hold. And it's meant to close up a gap if it were significant. In my case, I really don't have that much of a space, so it's not really a big deal. But if you had a 1/2 inch gap, that would solve your problem. Once your window is plumb and level, you can fasten it. Just do not over tighten those screws, because if you do, you're going to pull the window out of square and then the windows won't open and close properly. Now you see me finishing up the framing, kind of the way the window was originally put together. And now I'm also going to caulk everything, and this is caulking for windows. And I'm just gonna hit every single seam to make sure everything is perfectly sealed. Now it did rain overnight, and so I didn't get to this part until the next morning, but I'm cutting out that flashing there because I want to caulk there as well, and that flashing is just in the way. Before I even do that though, I am going to spray some window foam, and this is insulation, so just whatever you do, make sure you buy the stuff that's for windows, because if you buy the other stuff, it expands too much and it will ruin the frame of your window. This stuff only expands a little bit, so you really don't have to worry about the over expansion of the foam and then the window's not opening properly after it dries. Now if you remember, this part was sloped, so I am going to fill the slope to a certain extent with this foam here. And then I'm just going to leave it alone, because when I'm done with this, no water is ever really going to get there. Now this is my basement window. It's in my laundry room and the boiler's in there. It's always really hot. It's not even really necessary that I use foam as insulation, but since I have it, I am going to spray it on the sides of this. And I don't have as much space as I normally would have here, so I did pinch the hose so I can get it in there. And I do fill it in, and this is gonna just add another layer of insulation, even though I don't really need it. But if you were doing a regular window, you would want this, because this is gonna make your house that much more insulated and efficient. If you do get some of this foam on the face of the window, it is pretty easy to clean up so long as you don't let it dry. You can use acetone and a cloth and it comes right off. It's pretty easy. And just make sure, again, you don't let it dry overnight and then do it, because that might be a problem. Now all I need to do is just finish sealing everything up with my window caulk. Any seam that does not have any caulk needs to be filled in. And then I'm going to put a window well cover over this, because that is going to make sure that no water ever really gets in here again. I bought all my materials in my big box store, which is pretty close to my home, but if you don't have one near you, I will put a list of all the things that you're going to need here that I used, and also links to where you can find those online. It figures that I am changing a window on a snowy day in January. I mean, who does that really? So I guess if you make a comment about that, I know that you got close to the end of this video. I mean, it is idiotic if you think about it. I mean, I'm a teacher. I have summers off. I could have done this in the summertime. But no, I'm doing it in the snow in January. One last tip here is to put a bead of caulk around the edge of this window well cover, and you'll get yourself a perfect seal and no water will ever get in there. Hey guys, if you're new, please think about subscribing. It would be a huge help to my channel. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you have questions about any of it, please put them in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. Take care, everybody.